So there was a group from Tennessee. They were heading out west to go camping. There was 6 adults, all of uh, all of which they've been camping a few times, but never serious campers. And they had brought their grill, and they had brought their coolers full of beer, and so they were pretty excited about the evening to come. A few of them had started drinking pretty early in the back seat on the way there, and it was taking a little longer than it should have to get there between the bathroom breaks and the slow driver. So they finally arrive at the campsite, and they notice it's very remote, in the middle of nowhere, and there's one other campsite next to theirs with 4 adults, and it's getting pretty late right now. That like I said, they took a little longer to get there, and it's getting darker already. So they're all in pretty much a pretty hurry um, to get this set up, to get these tents up, so that way they can see what they're doing. So they all crack some beers and they all start putting up the tents, and everything's going good. And the neighbors come over and invite them over to sit at their campfire and tell some stories and have some s'mores. So they all agreed, and the beer was flowing and everybody was drinking, having a great time. And in the distance, they heard uh, what could only be described as a young girl screaming. And so 2 guys jumped up immediately and decided to go make sure she was okay. Because no one brought any kids with them. This was all adults, and there was no houses anywhere near. So they ran into the woods, kind of up a slight incline, and it's pretty dark out. It's about a half moon, and the trees are rustling from the wind. And they come upon this clearing. And in the distance, the other end of the clearing, they see something white, and it just looked like a sheet or some sort, kind of flowing in the wind, disappear behind a tree. And so immediately after they saw this, they heard the scream yet again, coming from that same direction. And this freaked them out for good reason. And they took off back to camp. And they told everybody what they found, what they heard, what they saw. And the camp all decided that they wanted to go together and see if they could find this girl. So the camp gathered a few more beers and headed on up the hill. They found the clearing. They didn't see anything. So they proceeded to go towards the last known sighting. And as soon as they hit that line, the tree line, they heard it again. The girl scream. And the scream was so loud and seemed so close. So they headed off in that direction, scream, and they were all running at this point. And the last fella in the group falls down on the ground and jumps back up. Of course, everybody's trying to help him, but to go as fast as they can. And there's another clearing up ahead. So they make it to the second clearing, and they see about 3 foot tall grass kind of blowing in the wind. And they see, they hear the trees rustling. And they see this little girl silhouette in a white dress. And they hear the scream again, coming from the girl. So they run up towards her. And she disappears.